Board games, board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, board games, I'm not gonna shout. I'm gonna talk about board games in some manner, and hopefully I might not stammer, and probably I'm going to sing whilst talking about various things. Board games, it's what I like to play. Board games to enjoy my day. But I also enjoy other people. I probably like folk more than a meeple. I like to eat many things. I like to hoard things more than I like to be on a board. Board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, I'm not going to shout. Hello, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good whatever it is, wherever you are. And I am Bez. This is an episode of Bezzy Beats and Board Game Blether, number 280. Today is another Friendly Friday forum. So every Friday, what I like to do is I like to grab the link and put it into the comments. So if anyone wants to jump in, hey, you can. And yeah, I'm going to. If you want to jump in and say hello, if you want to come in and sing a song, if you want to come in and be below, if you want to come in and chat along, you can jump in, jump out, but just please don't shout. And obviously, this is only if you're watching live. If you're watching after the fact, well, you'll have to wait until the next Friday. But Friday is only less than a week away. I mean, there's always going to be another Friday. But yeah. Anyway, let's. Oh, hello. Good morning, Javier. Man, Sates was going to join in, but only if she can shout. Man, you drive a hard bargain, you know that? Anyway, but yeah, what are we going to talk about today? I have no idea. I feel like I had a couple of things that I wanted to mention. If anyone has any questions that they want to ask, honestly, like Friday's a good day to get me to do tasks or ask me any question if you want to ask anything about board game design or publishing that I might be able to say, or anything about my preferences. And hello, Kelly Lee and Ben. And Alex, it is lovely to see you. Hello, Rob, and lovely to see you. And yeah, I'm slightly worried now. Alex is checking how many Bezzy bonuses they have. So like that's 23. Oh, by the way, I did change the raid thing last night. So the raid message, it's completely different at the bottom. But yeah, that is my introduction. I hope you are having, for those who are watching live, I know most of you are from Europe. If you're from somewhere else, I hope you're having a good time. I hope you've got something that's, been joyful, something that's been good in your life. So let's take this moment to talk about it. Let's talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights. Recent highlights, playing games and other delights. Recent highlights. So what have been some of your recent highlights? I have played game number, I want to say 7, it was 7 of My City. Good times. We would have played game number 8, but there was something on the television coming up in 20 minutes, and yeah, we didn't want to push through it because then people would be anxious. I had a wee quick walk this morning. I had my meeting with Matt Fantastic yesterday. It was a brilliant meeting. I've got a wee page of notes of like questions that I need to ask myself. I started writing down my values. I might, if we've got nothing else to do, then I might just kind of explore my values. But yeah, that is what I've generally been up to. Those are some of my main highlights. And also, I would like to say that I did do some push-ups today. I know I exercised yesterday, but also I'm going above and beyond. Like Sate, inspired by Sate, I'm going to go above and beyond. And I did, what was it? I think it was 14, then 6, then 2, like the finals. I can't even do 3. But yeah, that was my recent highlights. Now, let's see. Hello, Nicholas. Even after humans, there's always going to be days that would have been Fridays for a while, anyways. Yeah, that's probably true. Between the top 6 of us, we could make Bez do 140 tasks, at least. Alex wouldn't trigger all the do tasks, would he? So, yeah, I just arbitrarily give myself points so that I could give it out to people. And I was doing lots of testing back in the day. I was trying to test all the things. But yeah, that bot needs to redeem some stuff. So top 4 really. Okay, nominees for Ask Door have been announced. Yeah, I saw this from Gigamic, and Gigamic have a couple of games in there. I mean, obviously, biased, but I wrote a wee message to Gigamic on Instagram, which my French might be wrong, but I said, j'espère que vous gagnez un prix. I think that's what I wrote, something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm biased. I like them. And so there we go. The crew was nominated. There we go. Got a busy day lined up today. 2 game design meetings and a mentorship meeting. Wow, that sounds awesome. Who's that? I guess, yeah, you might not want to say who that's with, but yeah, I hope that's a lot of fun. Whew. And yeah, let me actually bring up my values. I might or might not write more about this today. And yeah, just to let you know, that's what I wrote yesterday. It's not a lot, but yeah, broadly, my aim is to facilitate good times through my stuff. So what this means is to make stuff that can improve lives, joyful moments, or conversation, or, affecting change. I guess I need to write that as well. Effecting positive behavior change. Or learning, yeah, that's another good outcome. And then I need to be able to keep making stuff. So like I need to get paid something for it and self-care, and this stuff has to be accessible and people have to, and yeah, worthwhile is kind of up here, so that shouldn't be there. Really, but you get what I'm trying to say. And then the final bits is the stuff has to be accessible. People have to be able to play it. And then, yeah, broadly, games matter. I think that quality matters, and I'll never finish writing this, but I want like sturdy boxes, linen finish cards, and thumb holes. It's just really nice. But at the same time, experimentation matters, and sometimes you just want to do a quick print run. And I think it's important to give myself the flexibility to do that. But then people matter, and I think it's like, okay, the representation matters. I want to make sure that the atmosphere around the table matters, like that people aren't falling out because of a game. And obviously the world matters, like that, just going into the environment and stuff like that. That was basically a very initial thing that I wrote. But yeah, that's kind of my starting thing. Nicholas has a meeting today with the Zenobia mentor. That's awesome. So did you manage to get in the Zenobia Awards? That's awesome. And so, yeah, for those who don't know, this is about making historical games that are about an underrepresented part of history. Let me know what you're working on. That sounds awesome. Oh, and I do need to change this. This should say tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a week-long game jam running. Yeah, that's tomorrow. And Nicholas is excited about the project, a bit more complex than previous stuff done. And Nicholas will try to share sooner rather than later. I'm really excited to hear, and feel free to let us know whether it's in the chat of a future stream or on the Discord. Yeah, lets us know. Yeah, definitely. And okay, so Rob, as a mentor, got to see my mentorship application, and I couldn't decide between 3 possible paths. So yeah, I think that so I really appreciate Matt Fantastic, because Matt Fantastic does, on one side, stuff like Team 3, which does sell, a large number of units, and then on the other side, something like Shitty Werewolf, which is very much like, I want to do what I want to do. I'm going to use this word. I don't have a family-friendly tag, do I? But I'm going to allow myself to use this one word because it's actually... do I need to put up a warning? Mean bad words. But yeah, spoiler warning for, I'm going to say bad... I'm just going to say Shitty Werewolf, because if you've got a problem with me, I don't know. I don't know what the thing on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook Live is with me saying that word. But certainly Facebook does not allow that within their advertising. And so that meant that Matt Fantastic was just not able to do any Facebook advertising. And it's like, having this, okay, this is exactly what I want to make. I want to make it the way I want to make it with all the bad words. But then having stuff that it's okay, I'm going to make it with a commercial viewpoint, and having that dual mindset. Now, right now, I'm not worrying too much about all the commercial stuff that I plan to be doing for money. Right now, what I really want to focus on, and I'm going to not bother about the stream aspect. Hold on, I'm going to plug myself in. Let me plug myself in, because I don't know if I flickered for our people. I'm just plugging myself in. Let me know if the quality improves. The stream, trying to build up the audience, trying to think about possible sponsorship or something, trying to get people to do giveaways. Alex. Anyway, so we were talking about my mentorship. So yeah, we were talking about that is one thing that I would definitely like to do, but I, especially after the last month, having built up, okay, I would like to speak to more people. I look at all the designers on Board Game Geek and I think all of these people are amazing people, and I would like to chat to them if they're happy to come on. And I look at, people doing media and I think, oh, all these people are cool people and I'd like to chat to them. And then I look at Board Game Trading and Chat UK and I think, oh, there's lots of cool people here that are just playing games and I'd like to chat to them. And honestly, I'd like to chat to everyone. I'd like just everyone to come on and chat. But whilst there's going to be some people that I reach out to, and I'll probably spend a wee bit of time writing a few different documents to send out to folk. One for people who've not been on before, I'll rewrite that. One for people who've not been on before, but yeah, I'm going to start maybe a weekly issue. I've talked about this before, but yeah, have inviting people like Caldy and yeah, the people that are like, okay, you're in the USA. I understand you can't come on this show, but I really want to have you on. But anyway, the whole stream, like, I'm happy enough with that. I'm not finding discomforts in that. But then the other two things, like writing a book, that's something that I would like to do. And I think that writing these values, that's part of it. Like, what is a game? Why does a game matter? A game matters because a game fosters these things. A game matters because it fosters learning, because it fosters good times, because it can effect change, because it can teach us about the world, because it can build up empathy, because it can facilitate conversations. Games do all these things. And games should be, if you're mass producing a game, it should be something new. Don't just mass produce. And I don't want to make a game like the Game Designer's Handbook. I know someone was bad mouthing this, but I feel like it's, a good solid book. Just because, hey, it's not all about the design process doesn't mean that it's a bad book. Yeah, it's largely about pitching stuff. Yes, it was from a whole bunch of years ago, but it's not in my top 3 books, definitely, about board game design, but it's a pretty decent book, I'm going to say. And anyway, so my thing isn't going to be about board game publication or mass production, although I might touch upon these things. And pitching, it will be like, okay, a tiny bit, but it will be like about why make games, why it matters, and kind of from a holistic point of view, why bother with all this, and why do we do anything, and why do people matter, and kind of thinking about it from a humanist perspective. I actually, oh yeah, one other recent highlight. Firstly, I sent my UTR to King's College London, who should be sending me some money within the next couple of months once they've sorted out their payments. And then secondly, I also sent an email to Museum of Play because they said that they send audio recordings to researchers. The person said that directly to me. I was like, wait, do I count as a researcher? How can I sound more like a researcher? So I just said, yes, I'm a media person. I'm a designer and also a media person. And I'm planning to write a book about this stuff from a humanist point of view. So I've told at least one person in a written format, so I guess I better do it now. But yeah, what I would really like to do, what would ease my mind, is trying to sort out this publication thing, not from a trying to make loads of money, not from a I want to sell 10,000 units this year. That's not viable, but from a I want to build up so that, yeah, I want to make it so that my role in it is doing the easier things, so that I'm trying to work out how can I make good stuff, like nicely produced stuff that I'm really proud of, even from a product design point of view, but then have it be something where I don't have to do the chasing manufacturers and dealing with the logistics and all this stuff, and basically finding a network of people to some degree and getting enough profit from, at least within the next year, from these things that I can afford to pay folk. Oh yeah, and definitely kind of my goal for the next few days is to work out some questions for myself, like what do I want for each project, like what do I want to spend time doing, and what's the core experience, and what is success to me, and like what are my priorities for different things. Anyway, so that is my thing. So there were 180 applicants, and we had the capability of filtering for various factors. Oh, thank you very much. Alles sind schlecht wie Ken. Oh, everyone is as bad as Ken? Oh, no one is as bad as Ken. But Alex is pretty close to it. That's fair enough. I mean, as bad as Ken is just another way of saying as good as Ken, isn't it? You are You are pretty darn good. I like your puns. I mean, don't plug myself in. It wasn't as good a joke as your one yesterday, but still. Anyway, let's talk about brilliant things. Brilliant things. What's a little thing which is brilliant? I don't think I've ever talked about rain before. I'm just reminded of it because my window is covered with rain. It's trickling down, it's coming down, and all the rain, it's just turned the window into strange texture, like you can't quite see what's going on outside, but you see it through this strange lens that warps the world. When I was outside this morning, sure, there was rain falling on me, and sure, I'm not a big fan of that. Let's not get into it. But, Xate likes the rain, and so let's, Xate, come on, chime in something about why you like the rain. But, I like the rain just because of its side products. Even if you don't like the sensation of the bits of the rain falling on you and, feeling it and going, and the sound going. Maybe you enjoy the sounds when you're indoors. Maybe you enjoy the puddle, the rings that it makes in a puddle. Maybe you enjoy the way it looks on a window. Maybe you enjoy flowers. Maybe you enjoy the water from the reservoirs that come because of the rain. Rain is a big, vital part of our ecosystem, and if it weren't for rain, we wouldn't have any greenery. So yeah, rain is fairly brilliant. And apparently, Xate clipped a thing of me. I'm going to go onto Twitch. So it occurs to me that I'm not allowed to share songs unless I reviewed them. It was falling so fast, it was quite exciting. I had to search for a tree to shelter under while the worst of it passed, says Alex, who encountered a lot of rain. Xate loved the rain, and it says something went. Rob says, I've been waiting for the rain for so long. Open the sky and let her come down. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. Do 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 do. I don't know if anyone knows. So we'll get into the questionably quick questions. Feel free to ask anything that's respectful. You know where the line is. Feel free to. Yeah, I was kind of trying to think of something that might be asked that I would not enjoy. If I really don't want to answer, I'm just going to say, no, I'm not going to answer that right now. But, yeah. Oh, wow, it's raining everywhere. Hello, CD. Lovely to see you. Xate needs a new raincoat. Oh, that's totally fair. Not quite the tune. I mean, the melody is correct, isn't it? Even if I changed one of the words. Here comes the rain falling down now. Here comes the rain, you can hear it sounds. It's falling, 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 falling. Everyone having fun in the rain. I mean, what's that song? Beach Boys, Here Comes the Sun. Before I do that, say it's Here Comes the Sun. Who was that by? Genuinely. Was it Beach Boys? Here Comes the Sun. What's it? Oh, it's the Beatles. Wow. Okay. It's a solid song, that one. Here Comes the Sun, and I say it's all right. It's yeah, looking through the lyrics, it's, like a lot of Beatles songs, it's quite simplistic, but it's a heartwarming message, and it just feels, even reading through it, as poetry, ignoring the fact that, okay, there's lots of repetition because that's the nature of music. You have choruses which don't work quite well when you just read it as text. You know, I think that's a solid song. Anyway, the Fab Four. There we go. So, sorry. My words were from the Cult. You are doing Beatles. Ah, that makes sense. Let me... So, Xate has asked me to do a semi-random task. Okay. I will take the last three things from the cup. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah. Okay. The ones that made me laugh. So, do you want me to rethink my life choices that led me to yeah. Do you want me to rethink my life choices that led me to doing tasks out of a cup, or do you want me to show off my hairstyle and talk about it? Yeah, wow. Right, any dad trait? Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. Here comes the sun. Wrap it up quick. Wrap it up quick. Heartwarming. The sun is horrible. It's so hot and bright. I don't know, but like, I guess maybe there's a bit of sadness in that. Like when you could definitely see it as like the ice is slowly melting. If you like the ice, it's like, oh my gosh, it's the death of the ice. What's going on here? It's the murder of the ice. And yeah, this is true. I saw the sun one time. And hello, Z-Hark Summer, lovely to see you. We are in questionably quick questions, so you can ask me literally anything you want. Rethink my life choices after I've rethought my life choices for a few minutes. Wow. So wow, what led me to get here? My gosh. I mean, all these times I've just been blindly going and just carrying on. I mean, it feels like I'm always trying to cater to other people to, is that right? I mean, I'm embracing the semi-randomness. That's like, what's that all about? I mean, writing down things, that's a bit crazy. Yeah. Why am I even, yeah, why am I doing these things? I mean, why am I talking out loud to you? Why am I doing this thing right now? This just feels, it's all performative. It's all pointless. And it's, wow, it feels like, no, I've definitely made some mistakes in my time. Should I have done all the streaming in the first place? If I had a time machine, what would I change? Indeed, what would I change? Like, would I even start the streaming? I think I would. I think I would. You know what? I think I'm confident in the streaming. I feel like that was a good choice. I feel like it was a good choice. Would I have gone to Aircon? Yes, I would have. I feel good about that. You know, I feel confident in my life choices. This is actually quite nice. I thought this was going to be difficult. But I definitely wish I had asked for a copy of every language of Yogi in my contract. That would have been nice. But, you know, I didn't know better at the time. Hey, that's okay. You know, that's the worst part of the contract. I'm not doing too badly. Like, I've basically dedicated my life, and like this whole LDEC thing, you know, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Kind of saying that I'm going to make a new game every year. And it's not like I'm going to make a new game. It's going to be like I'm going to present a new headline game. Like, is there going to be a time when I'm 50 years old and I'm still wanting to design games, so I'm not officially wanting to retire as a designer, but I'm just wanting to start phoning in the LDEC? It's a difficult question. I mean, man, I don't think so. I mean, I feel like my hope is that the community grows, but we never know. Like, it's easy to say, oh, I've made my bed, I'm going to just I've made my bed, now I'm going to lie in it. But that seems very, like, feels like kind of sidestepping the whole issue and lack of acknowledging. Like, I mean, racism, I mean, man, yeah. Like, I'm not racist, but definitely I do have aspects of racism within me, as does everyone. And then, you know, same as every type of xenophobia, like, you know, there's deep-seated things. And like, could I have done more to challenge people? Could I have done more to, I don't know, wow. This is a really this is a really, really difficult task. Man, it's only yeah, wow. It's been, I've promised to do this for 5 minutes. I'm really trying to meditate on this thing before I distract myself with all the chats, and I will catch up in a minute or two. But wow, I just feel like this is kind of crazy times, isn't it? I listened to that Rado podcast, and you know, I feel like I should have been faster to distance myself from some people. Not to, I think sometimes it's worth not getting involved. I think I appreciate that life choice of mine. Like, just saying, no, I don't want to get involved, but you can't be friends with everyone. I think that was a mistake that I made, trying to be friends with everyone, trying to be part of every group. And at a certain point, you need to be like, yeah, you know what? I am going to unfollow, because that doesn't mean that I'm against you. And it's just, yeah, trying to sidestep the issue and saying, you know what, at the point where, yeah, I understand where your fear or anxiety or your, yeah, whatever is coming from, but it feels, yeah, I'm not saying that I don't want you to relearn. Like, all of us, we have to be given opportunities to improve, don't we? But that's the thing, like life. And I noticed someone said they're turning 39. Like, wow, I'm pretty much the same. Like, look, true. I don't want this to be a big thing, like people knowing how old I am. I don't want that to be a focus. And I do have, maybe I'm scared, or I am definitely scared of death. I'm just going to say it. It's like, definitely I'm scared of death. Yeah, wow. Like, and definitely I'm scared of some people that are close to me dying. It's something that I've had to learn to deal with Cherry and with Gavin. But yeah, I was born in 82, so yeah, I'm going to be 39 this year as well. Wow, we are basically the same age. Yeah, let me, wow. Have I achieved enough as an almost 39-year-old? This is the constant fear, isn't it? Like, time is constantly ticking away. Like, where can I realistically expect to be? I mean, for sure, I've worked in a few jobs, and a few dead-end jobs, and I feel like generally I've done okay. Like, generally I'm proud of everything that got to me where I managed to come up with in a bind, now known as yoga. But at the same time, should my achievements basically just be my board games? Do you know what I mean? Should that be it? When I leave, how do I want to be remembered? I feel like I want to be remembered not through, yes, partially through the games. And I guess games are a way that people can keep in touch through me and through writing and through maybe people might watch this and say, oh yeah, that was Bez, and oh yeah, Bez talked with these people, and if someone wants to listen to Martin Wallace, which, let's be honest, it's more likely that someone wants to listen to Martin Wallace than wants to listen to Bez, then they might come across the Martin Wallace and Bez interview and think, oh, you know what, that Bez, she had some interesting things to say. And but I don't know, people can't really ever know you. It's like, you may be a fire, you may be a fossil, you may mean me some good, you may mean me some harm. I don't know you, I don't know you, I don't know you. I mean, no, that's, who's that? Annie, let me actually double check so I can give credit. Annie Ross and the Low Note Quintet. Just to give a very quick review, given that I've just sung a wee bits of the song. If you listen to the actual YouTube video, don't bother listening. Maybe not right now, but if you listen to the YouTube video, then it's just an extended instrumental, then like about 30 seconds of vocals, then and it's like a slow burn. There's something majestic about it, and there's something haunting about it. It's a wonderful song. But that central line, I don't know you, I don't know you, I don't know you. It's like, yeah, we don't know ourselves, and learning ourselves, and we need to take time to introspect, to look within ourselves. And so, yeah, maybe, you know what, I've decided, you know what, Sate, having pondered it more fully, I'm going to definitely spend a bit of today, maybe right now, maybe right on this stream, I'm going to start writing down my values, right within the next, 20, 30 minutes, whatever. I don't know. But thank you. I feel like that was, a good wee meditation. So yeah. Now let me catch up with the chat. Rammstein. Alex got to use the sun visor on a motorcycle helmet for the first time this morning. That sounds good. Javi, I will get to your question in a moment. That's all good. Mistakes. What is not performance? That pertains to action, asks Nicholas. That's a fair point. Like, yeah, whenever you're performing, you are by its very nature actually doing something. So even if you're doing it for the sake of performance, you are actually achieving something. But then there's a line between performative and actually functionally achieving something. Like, if I am, if I were to be writing through my values, like right now, is that performative, or is that doing it in the most efficient way possible? Like brainstorming, who's to know? Anyway, the task seemed like a good idea at the time. Turned it around. Sorry, I've not watched. I wasn't reading this at the time. All you wee youngsters, says Rob. All you wee youngsters. A definite long player. Trying not to worry about how much I had achieved by 39. Aw. And parts of the reason I want to make a published game is to feel like I accomplished something. Yeah, I kind of get that. It's like you've got something that, okay, I've written something, or hey, I've had this child, or I've drawn something, or something that you can point to and say, me, I helped bring this about to reality. And Alex is just a whippersnapper. And let's not talk anymore about age. I'll be the answer. Okay, yep. My stream archive is a work, a body of work. Wow. I meant it also in the sense of if I write, I'm a writer. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, regardless of a critiquer's critique. Oh, thank you very much. And Alex says, I have a roof over my head, food on my table, and a happy, healthy family. That is enough of an achievement for me. Any more is gravy. Oh, that is lovely. That is such a lovely thing. Oh, oh no. Wait. Okay, so that was sarcasm based on the final emoji. Okay. Look, I think, you know what, I'm going to write down my values. I'm going to answer for the next 9 minutes. I'm going to answer any questions that you might have for 9 minutes, and then I'm going to get back to writing my values. And that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of my stream. This is what I've decided. Having rethought my life choices, I'm going to be rewriting my values. So you've got up to 9 minutes. If you've got any questions, ask all your questions, whether it's about design, about me, about music, about what the weather's like. The weather's more rainy in the past 5 minutes. Top 5 sunny songs and top 3 rainy songs. Okay, you know what? This is going to take me a few minutes to go into, but okay, I think that's as long as I don't have that many sunny songs that I can think of, but I know what my favorite one about. Oh, that's not the official video. So my number 1 is I Love the Rain by The Real Tuesday Vault. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is my number 3, this is my number 2, this is my number 1. No, my number 1 song for About the Rain is I Love the Rain. And let me actually play that. And oh, I didn't. Let me put it on theatre mode. So, I Love the Rain by Real Tuesday Vault, which you can hear being played right now in the background. I love this line. Hey baby, let's walk out the rain, talk about those things that we never thought we'd see. Dance between the raindrops, get soaked to the skin, wash away the woolen crowd, this pain and suffering. It's talking about the rain as a cleansing source, as a revitalizing source. It's just joyous, it's full of energy, it's lovely, and the beats and the electronica in the background, it's really evocative of the pouring of the rain, and I love this. How can you listen to this and not want to dance? How can you listen to this and not feel a little bit elated, not feel a little bit of mirth? I think that this is Real Tuesday Vault, one of my favorites.
On the rooftops, stick a fire into the sky, print the clouds until they burst on the city. You and I could talk about the weather or the price of London rent. I'm sick and tired of being dry, so let's get wet. It's raining.
And I love the double entendre. I'm sick and tired of being dry, so let's get wet. This is the return of the Clerkenwell Kid, a wonderful album, and I think legally, because I'm showing the cover, I have to talk about the cover. Yeah, I like the dynamism of, showing the text at crazy angles. I think that's quite cool. And Yeah, I'm not too fan of the big white stripe
My
though.
name is Scott Harrison.
Oh, shut up.
Just listen.
Sorry,
This is my wife.
that was an advert. I'm closing that window. Anyway, so honestly, I love. Yeah, I don't feel like I've got any other sunny songs. I mean, look, Singing in the Rain, that's a good solid song, but really it's all about the dance routine. I like Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. That's a solid sunny song. I can't think of many other things that would be like, yeah, I adore that song. So that's as good an answer as I'm able to give. What's my favorite moth? I don't have one. I'm going to look on Wikipedia, look up moths, and I will randomly pick up one of the moths that are there to try and form a favorite, because that's clearly what you want me to do. Hey, okay. So I think this is a picture of moths because it's on Wikipedia. I'm hopefully allowed to show it. Wow, I didn't realize that moths were so colorful. I like this one. I like the one on the top right. The one that is my favorite moth. The one that has the long tail and it's kind of transparent. Yeah, you are my sunshine, and that's. I'm. You make me happy when skies are grey. Please don't take my sunshine away. It seems kind of plaintive, kind of begging, kind of. It's kind of emotional manipulation. I don't know, like that song, I don't jive with it. It just feels a bit. It's not one for me. I understand that maybe if you perform it with a bit of increasing, instruments in the background, okay, you can have the swelling reminiscence of, that's canon in D. What was that original one? Pickabill's canon in D. But anyway, out of all of these moths that I am looking at on this screen, you know what? That middle one with the blue is pretty cool. But if I had to choose one, if I had to choose just one, like when I think of a moth, the typical one I would think of is the one. Can you see my cursor when I? No, I don't think you can. Is the one to the lower left of the blue moth with the two little eyes. That's what I think of when I think of a moth. But in terms of which one looks the prettiest, I'm going to say the big blue one. That is really super cool. Oh yeah, Walking on Sunshine is actually a really good song. That would be my. Yeah. You know what? If I had to make a top three, that would probably be in my top three. I'm not going to say that that's something that I could listen to every single day, but Mr. Raindrop, there we go. But and Tina Turner, Can't Stand the Rain. That's a solid song, but no, honestly, for me, it's just Real Tuesday Vault. I Love the Rain. For me, I just really enjoy the vibe of the Real Tuesday Vault. Oh, by the way, it does occur to me that the white stripe was only there because when you buy it, it's there for the packaging, so you take it off, and there you go. So, yeah, let me talk about the art again. It is quite antique. It's reminiscent of an old times. The colours chosen suggest what they want you to think of, which is an old-timey thing. And, yeah. You're My Sunshine is quite a sad song in some ways, yeah. Okay. So in order to do this task, I need to put all the things back in because there is literally nothing in here. So you're going to watch me folding things for a wee minute. Meanwhile, I would like to... Oh, would you have done Yeah, everyone would have probably done addtask, and just on the off chance that I'm willing to put it into the cup first. In this heavily broken cup construction game. Cup construction. So, let me, yeah. Bye, Rob. It has been, whoops. Bye, Rob. It's been lovely to see you, and I hope, is that the design meeting? I hope that that goes well, and I hope you have a wonderful, productive day. So, yeah, let's go. Let me actually just talk out loud about these things. Yeah, in what ways do games matter? Games matter because they, yeah, I've kind of talked about it here. Joyful moments. What do I want to do with my games? Joyful moments, yeah, definitely. Conversation, affecting positive behavioral change, learning. I think that's it. Yeah, for sure, I need to be able to give myself the energy and the affordances to keep making stuff. And yeah, the stuff needs to be accessible. To have no unnecessary inaccessibilities. Let's go with that. No, I meant inaccessibilities. Or maybe inaccessible. Maybe it is inaccessibility. I'm not sure how to do that, CD. But hello, Robert. It is lovely to see you. And I am just folding up the stack of paper that people have in the past gotten me to do tasks and written stuff. I feel like fairly soon I'm going to need a bigger cup. And yep, it's lovely to see you. I'm going to stretch. I might actually put up my laptop. Yep, it's on 24%, so it's all good. And, well, I need to head off. That is totally fair. This is not the entertainment. I'm sorry, but yeah. We are going to fold. If anyone wants to jump in and provide alternate viewpoints, then you can. But if you want to jump in, Robert, then you can. But I know that right now, just because work is quiet doesn't mean, and you can listen, doesn't mean that you can come on and talk. So yeah, let's talk about that unnecessary inaccessibilities. I think that by their nature, games are functionally testing something, or they are giving you some sort of affordance, and the ability to make good on that affordance, whether it's even if it's a storytelling game in an RPG, it's an inaccessibility all of its own. And so also when you think about the price, right? Okay, let's look at Wibble plus plus deluxe. For a lot of people, I thought, hey, so true story. After the original Wibble plus plus deck, I was thinking, should I go cheaper and then like make a cheaper version and then maybe make a more expensive version afterwards? And a couple of people persuaded me that it was better to go with the more expensive version first, go deluxe. And even though the deluxe version costs more, that takes away some of the learning inaccessibilities, because the amount of paper that I have in that thing means that now, even if you don't have a printer, even if you don't like reading on screen or from video, if you want to learn from big sheets of paper, now you can. And so it is a lot of accessibility choices either make the game inaccessible to someone else because custom meeples, differently shaped things, bigger cards for writing, all of these things are going to be making the game cost more. But then if you make the absolute cheapest version of the game, then it might be, okay, tiny cards, and that might be hard to handle. It might be rules that only come on your screen, which isn't great. So I think I know what I mean by that. Then games matter. Quality. Yeah, I think that for a game that I'm doing again, the quality really does matter, whether it's categorical, most of the LDEC things. I want them to have that quality. I think that the feel of the cardstock, the box that makes it survive, I want these games to be things that they do last for years to come and people can continue to have good times with them. Yeah, I just wrote sturdy boxes, but there's a whole bunch more to it. Add task, talk about an interaction with an animal that was remarkable. Single card version of the L deck. You know, like, even if you talk about card count, like, if you have fewer cards, maybe that means that you need to shuffle more often. Like, maybe that's okay for some people. Maybe it's not okay for some other people. But talk about an interaction with an animal that was remarkable. I genuinely can't think of one, but I guess maybe I would look up someone else's, or maybe I would make something up. I might have to make something up, but sure, I will find bits of paper and add. What I mean, okay, that was the task that I said I wasn't going to do. I need to find a wee bit of paper. Here's a bit of paper. Okay, so first I'm going to do the task for Xate, and then I'm going to add a task for CD. Okay. So can I even mix these? It's so full. It's like literally full to the brim. This is like, yeah, I'm going to need to move to a bigger thing, like a pint glass, or I don't know. I'm just going to take the top three, even though the shuffling was terrible, and Xate. I'll add Alex's task, and okay, song about. I'll let you choose from all of them, Xate. Can I have a song about you? Really? I did just say that I would let you. I don't know if you can read that, but that's a number guessing game where there's at least 100 significant digits. So, song about you, Xate, make a postcard, or start a number guessing game where I give no clues and there's 100 significant digits, and people just guess until someone gets it right. So yeah, do you want to force me to do the ridiculous, terrible number guessing game where I think of a number that's at least 100 significant digits, or make a postcard or sing about you? That is what the three options are. Like, let me know once you've decided. Okay. So while you are deciding, I will. So for those who don't know, if you are on Twitch, while you are watching, you do get points. Eventually, these points are going to also be for specific things, but currently the points are only for random tasks. And later on, there will definitely be some rewards of some sort that you can get, like most channels do with their channel points. What else should I say about that? Yeah, if you've got, I was going to change the economy, but then I was like, nah, I'm happy with the economy. Let's just keep it as it is. And maybe I'll have some sort of, yeah, we'll work out what happens. But I liked the rate at which people were getting their things. So if people want to add a task to the cup, they spend 250 points to do it. And then once I've done tasks, I can either keep them in or rip them up. I have taken editorial control over a couple of things for, there have been very serious reasons for some of them, but generally, once things are in the cup, make at least 100 significant postcards with songs on. No, you don't get to move them. Okay, let me go through. Alex, remove all but 3. Really? I can I like your out of the box thinking. Okay, remove all but 3 tasks. Do remember that I don't guarantee that your tasks go straight into the cup from the cup. So that is written down. And now CD says add a task to the pot. I mean, this seems like a terrible thing. Who would ever pick that when they could have added a task for less points? That sounds like something that you just wouldn't choose, but fine. Yep, these are both written down. And so, because mildly amused by both of them, I'm going to add them to the cup. The decision of whether they go in the cup now is entirely down to my own whimsy. Okay. Sorry. The task I think you put in is up. It's the guess 100 digits one. What, wasn't that you? I'm fairly sure you put it in, Xate. Out of the cup thinking. Oh wait, it's a task for me to do. Add task. Let the That's pretty powerful. That seems overpowered. I like this out of the cup thinking. Let the Redeemer remove some tasks, and we'll decide what some means. Redeemer removes some of the tasks out of the cup. Okay, yeah, you want to get your deck finning, your cup finning in a cup building game. Yeah. So, yeah, if someone wants to remove my favorite task, I don't even know what my favorite task would be. But it would be like, okay, we'll look at them all and you'll get to remove some number of them. Yeah, I really need to grab a pint glass or something. So, yeah. Alex. Song about How many? I'm not going to count them. There's this many. There's this many. One just fell down. There's so many that the cup is literally overflowing. And I will have a clear glass in the very near future, and then you will be able to see it. Okay, so Alex, you get to choose. Do you want to song about someone? Should I make a postcard, or should we start the number guessing game of at least 100 significant digits? Let me know what you would prefer. And why is this not going in? Just plugging in my laptop because it's on 4%, and we all know that sometimes I forget. But yeah, I don't think anyone has any more questionably quick questions. So whilst you're pondering that, I'm going to get back to postcard. Oh, okay, I'm sure I had a wee card here that was going to turn into a postcard. Who should the postcard be to? I mean, it's going to be a postcard that goes... Okay, so one of the sides of the postcard has to be... Okay, let me actually see if... You'll have to bear with me for a couple of minutes. I'm going to see if I can get this link into... What's in the document? This document is my values. It was what I was talking about earlier. I was trying to write down my values, and after this task, I'm just going to be pondering my values for the end of this show. Okay, coming in with my phone. Oops, just to remind myself I need to put in the headphones just so that none of the noise comes out. These headphones are literally just there to stop it making noise. Okay, I need to open it in Safari, paste and go, and should I bother trying to get my wee thing working, or should I just... Okay, so what do I do? Hey, wait a minute, this is bold. That's not what I want at all. I want something fine. And yeah, this is going to get tiring if I have to keep this up all the time. So where's my pens? Just give me a very quick minute. I am going to get my bag of pens. Bag of pens, bag of pens. Where is my bag of pens? I'm hunting for my pens. I'm hunting for my pens. I'm hunting all around, and I have found my bag of pens. Bag of pens. Okay. Now I'm going to just quickly pop up this wee thing so it will hold there maybe. And yeah, that seems like a reasonable place to have it. Wait a minute. What is that? Falling. Is it because it's not tight enough here? Or here? Okay. Bag of pens. Bag of pens. Here's a bag of pens, which is brilliant. Okay. What should be on the picture side of the postcard? I don't know. Maybe it should just say hi. Just something. Where's my pencil? Can't find my pencil. Where's my pencil? There's my pencil. There's my pencil. It's a standard pencil. Okay, so just going to draw a quick thing. Just a wee. So I want serifs on the eye, or do I want just a straight up eye? Maybe I want a exclamation mark at the end. I don't know. That feels reasonable. Let's just go with that. What would you call the camera holder thing? I need to get something like that, says CD. So this is a selfie stick with a boom mic holder. So it's a microphone holder, and then it's a selfie stick. And Chris, I'm just going to actually turn the laptop so you can. So, yep, there's little metal things around here. I don't know if you can see the wee metal things that hold these two things together. So it's kind of ties the selfie stick. Normally the microphone hold, the bit at the end of the microphone would be here. But yeah, Chris used these metal claspy things to put it together and gave me a wee hand with that. Let's do some colouring in. Wait, who's this for? Is this for Xate? Or is this for Alex? You are the person to decide. So is this for Xate? Because if it's for Xate, it should be green probably. Like maybe it could be bluey green and then yellowy green. Hello, Idol Michael. It's lovely to see you. So I have been asked to make a postcard. And yeah, I'm going to put a wee bit of paper under this. Yeah, I don't. Do I want this as a? Do I want this as a memento? I don't know. Maybe I do. I will do it on this bit of paper instead. Okay, so let's see all the greens that I've got. Here are some greens. Is it for Xate? Alex, you never told me, but I'm going to assume it's for Xate. So we've got bluey green, we've got yellowy green, and here are some yellows. Oh, that's a fun blue. That could go well in the background. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be like super blue and super yellow, but it's going to be all green. And so, yeah, just for those who are a bit confused by what's going on, I am making a postcard because that was the thing that was asked for. And so, yeah. Wait, it's for Alex Xate. Yeah, I don't have that many greens, it looks like. You know what? Maybe I could have just a dash of red, or what do you think? Should we just stick to the yellows and greens? Let's stick to that part of the spectrum for now. Okay, I've got all the things there. Maybe I'll make this window a wee bit bigger. I don't know what you want. So let's color that in. And then I'm going to make this all green. Don't worry, it's going to be more green. Does Alex also play green? I honestly can't remember. What colour does Alex play? What colour do you play? I like to play sometimes red, sometimes I play purple, sometimes I play pink. If there's like a sparkly thing, you know, I'm all about the cool custom things going on. Which side? Do, 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 do. Okay, get a wee bit of greenish in there. Starting to wee bit more green for you. So it is also a bit grey as it's dragging a wee bit of that black. I think I might have accidentally dirtied up the tip with that black, but say ho. Michael does like cheese. Yeah, who doesn't like cheese? If you don't like cheese, then give me your cheese. Yeah, I'm all about the cheese. I'm all about the goat's cheese. I love cheeses. I love so many cheeses. I think that, you know, I've heard that there's a lot of cholesterol in cheeses, but it depends on the cheese as well, I guess. I'm not sure how much it depends on the cheese. Yeah, lactose intolerant people, for sure, they might not like cheeses, but they might like cheeses, but it's just that they can't have it. I know lactose intolerant people say, yeah, I love cheeses, it's just that cheeses don't tend to get on with me, and so sad times. I mean, maybe you really want the cheese, but it's like sugar, you know, we like sugar, even though we having sugar causes us problems. It's like cats love milk, even though I think they are officially lactose intolerant. Just going to be doing a few lines. So while I'm doing this, unless anyone's got anything that they want to ask me, I'm going to think more about those values that I talked about. Like, people matter, obviously, and that kind of comes into accessibility, but it also comes down to who is this game for? Like, why? Yeah, thinking about the audience. Like, why are you even making this game? And who are you making the game for? Like, it doesn't need to be for a large number of people, but you have to have that audience in mind, I guess. But it has to be something that fits into people's lives. That's actually looking quite nice. I know too many of them that still likes the cheese, says Xate. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It just ends badly. Maybe just a wee bit more green here. And maybe doubling up every other line would be quite cool. Is this still a talk show and podcast? I mean, I feel like this really is a variety stream. Like, I never thought I would be drawing something on camera, and when I got up today, so yeah, but here we go. And I'm going to, yeah, there needs to be an address on the other side, but first let's get some more greeny blues on here. Oh, that's not. Okay, so maybe that can just fill the entire background. Okay, yeah, like that. Oof. It's missing something though, says Xate. Always trusting you to. Honest thoughts. Just going to do some spirals and some loops, some sorts of texture in the background. And then we'll layer it up with different blues and greens is what I'm thinking. We'll have a wee go. See how it turns out. It's kind of tree-like in a way, I just realised, which suits the Oma Groot personality well. Okay, so yeah, I mean, how does people mattering? I guess it also matters like who I work with and like representation of people, that matters. And you know, that comes out via the accessibility parts in a lot of ways. And you know, if someone really wants to, I guess in customer service maybe, I mean, how can that manifest itself, people mattering? Okay, so that's what I've got so far. Not sure what you mean by that wink, Xate. Okay, so maybe I can't remember what color this. Okay, so let's just check this color. Let's see how this color would work on this thing. That's quite similar. I think the Prisma is slightly fainter. Maybe we could have a few dots. I wonder if we could do wee bits in that blue, maybe in the background, and maybe bits of that blue, and maybe a bit of this green in the background. Okay. So let's start with a wee bit of. That's. Nah, I started with the wrong one. I should have started with these two. These look slightly fainter, so I'm going to just put in some color in between every here and there. Maybe there's like a little leaf or something, I don't know. Just randomly coloring in bits of it. Why not? Let's randomly color in bits of it. And yeah, let's leave the center a bit more white to keep the eye coming into the high bit. Let's have a wee bit of a frame. Will it be prevalent if I... Okay, so it's not super obvious, but hey, we can... I think that seems to be working okay, I think. But ideally, the high exclamation mark should have been a wee bit to the left. But just to jumble around the perimeter. And then now let's go with this side. Mm-hmm. Have I become like a parody of myself that I'm basically singing my intro song? When did I start doing that intro song? Was that in the first show? I'm actually curious to now go back and have a look. But yeah, you don't want to disappear up your own posterior, do you? You don't want to just become a parody of. Well, I don't want to become a parody of myself. I'd like to. Okay, let's see. When you said it's missing something, did you have something in mind, or did you just mean a general comment, like it needs a wee bit more work done to it, Kate? So yeah, this has turned out to be a very chill, friendly Friday forum. But if anyone else wants to like talk about like how they are and like what they're up to, then please don't let me stop you. It's entirely up to you. Well, yeah, I was going to think. I mean, there were people who were wanting to know about Kickstarter 101 or how to use StreamYard. So while I'm doing this, if you have anything to ask me, then please do ask. But while I'm doing this, I should really be thinking, okay, what am I going to write on the other side? As far as I know, most of the lactose, if not all, depending on the cheese, should break down during the fermentation process, but different people react differently to different amounts of the stuff, so your mileage may vary. That makes sense. A few more yellow lines. Let's have some bold yellow in there. I feel like it wants a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that as a front. I need to be careful not to smudge it with my hands. I'm terrible for that. Smudge it with my hands. That's what I won't do. Smudge it in this land. My dreams may all come true. But if I smudge it with my hands, then maybe I'll demand of myself just why I smudged this drew with my hands. Oh, I'm glad that you're finding it relaxing, Alex. So, yeah, that's his. He's done. Wait a minute, that's a bit too much white up there. No, I'm not having that. No. No. There we go. How's that? Yeah, I feel like. Okay. So now, I don't have a super fine pen. Actually, let me just double check very quickly. I'm going to go to my case over here. Super fine, super fine. Are you mine? Are you mine? I'm looking for a pen that is super fine. Is there a super fine? Bold. Medium fine. Huh. Nope. There is no super fine here. Maybe there's a super fine in my bag of pens. If it's not there, then I guess I don't have one up in Glasgow. Just feel like it needs a super fine pen. Here we go. I do have a super fine. It's S. Can you see that? S for super fine. Oh, stretching time. Turn around. Okay, turn around a wee bit. Hold that. And say that. So yeah, I mean, the people have to matter more than the games. I mean, there are things that matter more. We discussed this when I think it was Matthew on, and we were talking about windows or games, and we decided, you know what? Windows are more important than games. I don't have a ruler here, I don't think. Huh. And then let's see, this is, which side is the address normally on? Address. AD. Is there 2 Ds in address? Honestly can't remember. How many Ds are in address? Let me type it up somewhere. Address. Yeah, I think, yeah, it says 2 Ds. Address. And then they normally have wee .c lines, don't they? So, and then that's, oh wait, I forgot to point. Okay. Every now and then I get a little bit turn around. Okay, so address is a house on a street. Oh, I should have put Alex 8. A house on a street in a city postcode country. Hi, Alex 8. I don't know why I'm writing this. I don't know why I am writing this, given that you are watching me and I could just talk, but I hope you are well. Love, Bez. Okay. I'm sorry, but yeah, well, hope springs eternal. I'm sorry. Yeah, I do know, actually, that's a fair point. Yeah. Yeah, that was a lie. I did know. Man. But I guess it's like, what value does it have? It's not just okay, like directly. So let me. Stats is the thing. It's a postcard. And yep, that's his that. Oh wow. Apparently I got postcards in London. I'll have to check with my housemates to ask them to show me the things that came in my thing. So yeah. Comments came in fast and furious from Alex and Xates who say, "You do know it's a task. You don't know why?" I was hoping for a more meaningful postcard. And for Idol Michael, a package has arrived. Exciting times. So yeah, do feel free to let us know what it is, or if you wish, jump onto the stream and you can do a live unboxing with me. If you wish to do an unboxing whilst everyone watches you, I don't know, maybe you are an exhibitionist like myself, maybe you just want to be on the stream for no particular reason. But or you might want to, open it in the privacy of your own home. But yeah, I feel like, so I said that I was going to talk about this, and yeah, obviously feel free to comment, ask questions, and like, why do people matter? How does this affect stuff? Representation of folk matters. Games tell stories. Don't tell stories that stories have the potential to hurt. Potential to hurt via normalization. Keep the audience in mind. Can I make okay, cool. From holes, linen, finish, cards. I think that's pretty much it. take time to get things right. And yeah, pay for proofreading. Do for blind testing. I guess on the other side of it, like games can continue to be improved. Not every game has to be well produced. Cheap cards, no box. That could be a thing. And keep making stuff in a variety of ways. Follow crazy ideas. And the next edition can always be improved. It's a war of whispers. Huh. I've not heard of that. Which Idle Michael didn't order. And so it says you didn't order it? Interesting. Like the mug. It's for my old housemate who's now back in the States, but Michael's housemate says that Michael can have it. Cool. Nice. Oh, for the eventual Punjam War of Whispers as you try to dominate the world via your own chocolate brand. And hello, Jolyn. It is lovely to see you. We are having a very chill, friendly Friday forum where literally every Friday we do a thing where anyone is allowed to jump on stream to just chat about how they've been doing, what they've been up to this week. And together we drew a little postcard, which, let me do. Hi. And yeah, for those who don't know, Jolyn is an amazing pianist. So good. And yeah, Fridays are always my day of just talking about whatever, seeing what happens. And so far we had a little chat about game design. And now I am talking about, yeah, what I feel like my values should be. Like in terms of making games. Like the games matter, the people matter, but also the world matters. So yeah, the environment, shipping, I guess that's a secondary section. And like thinking about the environmental impacts of shipping, like, is it okay for me to be printing in China and then getting it shipped to the UK? Is it okay for me to do that? Should I be focusing on more local stuff, even though we've had Brexit? Should I be focusing on Poland, even if it ends up costing a wee bit more? And thinking about minimizing plastic. No plastic around the cards. Yeah, you don't need plastic around the cards. And I've got a box of, let me see if it, yep, this is it. So in here, And hello, Kat. It is lovely to see you. And that sounds awesome. Now, yeah, here's the box that I made earlier. This is the deck of cards that you get in here. And sure, having it sealed shows that no one's touched it. But then you always have that shrink wrap around the box itself. So why do you then need the additional shrink wrap inside? And the answer, especially in a box that's this perfect a size, I think, is that you don't. Like, even if you shake it like that, is it going to become worse as a result? No, it's not. And so these are things that I want to be thinking about as I move forwards with my publication, as I start to get other people involved to run the logistics, to run the fulfillment. And yeah, actually, people, something about customer service. But be honest. Yeah, communication. It's all about communication matters. Keep expectations like genuine. Keep expectations reasonable, realistic, and share news even if it's bad. Like with Kickstarter, this matters so much, and I am so fortunate that people on my Kickstarter are letting me. Yeah, so for those who don't know, I'm working on the next edition of the L deck, which is categorical, which will have some letter shapes that's a wee bit more graffiti inspired, something a wee bit more like that. And I've done the art for all these letter shapes, so I guess I am an artist. I'm not going to say I guess. I'm going to take ownership and say, yeah, these are things that I drew, and I'm proud of those letter shapes. Even though they are just letters, it takes effort to draw these. But yeah, I'm so fortunate that people have been saying to me it's okay if it's a bit late, given everything that's gone on in 2020. We understand. But I think the key point is that communication matters. Now, promises matter. If a promise is made, it should be upheld, even if it hurts. Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is broadly I could nail down into this, but I feel like this is a good start. But yeah, let me know what. Yeah. In play examples and in not just in obviously in representational art, but in representational art. Think very carefully about the ramifications of topics like ramifications of forex, colonialism. You've got to be thinking about this. And also, by repeating also, I think that key thing here, if I want, so I'm just going to copy this. Games can change the world. Think about what activities we are normalizing. We are normalizing. It's really important to be thinking about this. Thank you very much, Jolyn. It's lovely to see you, and yeah. Oh, yeah, it's good to see you as well, Rob. You have a good day as well. Someone decided that work meeting at 12:30 on a Friday was a good idea. Yeah, you go get your lunch, have fun, and if anyone thinks, hey Bez, this is something that you should be thinking about, match you realizing, okay, it's all also about the way it treats employees. But yeah, hope you have a wonderful day, Robert, and lots of love. And this is to Kickstarter backers and also employees. Don't give some warning if someone has to be let go. Now, I'm thinking of a specific situation here where I was, as a freelancer, told one day to not, bother coming in the next day, and like, that really hurts. Having someone say, hey, don't bother coming in, like, we need to it's also be understanding that other folk, employees and partners. And when I say partners, I mean, potential manufacturers, fulfillment folk, whatever. Give as much communicate privately if it's sensitive. I mean, this is partially my values as a game designer and partially my values as a person. Lives and chaos and can't be perfect. The world matters. So what do I mean by the world matters? I mean, like, yeah, it is basically about the environment, about shipping and minimizing plastic. I think that's pretty much it. These should be things that last decades. I mean, I know that might sound a bit, so you've got to have I think I want there to be some nice games, and even in the binds, like, even though it was just in a talk box, I hear people saying now, 4, 6, 5 years later, like, I definitely heard people in 2020 saying, yeah, I'm still enjoying it more than 5 years after it's come out, and how much they're loving it, and I think there's no reason to think that will stop. But yeah, at the same time, but remember that Affection is... Oh. And people matter. It's like, okay, this feels like it should be broken down into like, okay, customers, and then partners, we matter. Yeah. And then, yeah, non-customers also matter. But feels like, is that a reasonable way to split it up? That, because that's not just about the customers, that representation of folk matters. It's also about, you know, the world. It's about the environment and also about the people in the world. When I say the world matters. Like I feel like this is almost, when I say yeah, communicate privately if it's sensitive. Who's that for? That's for everyone. That's for, yeah, maybe it should be like everyone matters. Everyone matters. And so, yeah, maybe that's a reasonable way to lay it out. Because definitely games can change the world for good or for bad, I believe. And if that's true, then we need to take responsibility of these things. Whoops. Yeah, if you've got anything that you think about as values, like what matters to you when you're making a game? What matters to you? What do you think that we need to be thinking about? What matters to you when you're talking with people? I mean, promises, that's also an everyone thing, isn't it? These two are just for partners. But yeah, we deserve payment. We deserve rest. I guess those are my beliefs. That, yeah, sometimes you can be doing all these things and it's like, wow, I matter, but do I matter? Do I deserve money for this? And then there's all this imposter syndrome, and it's like, yeah, you do. You do deserve payment for making good stuff, for all the energy, and you do deserve time off. You do deserve rest, and you do deserve love. It's just kind of a thing. Okay, let's go through. So, yeah, facilitates good times for my staff and make worthwhile stuff that can be able to keep making stuff. That's one way to put it. And yeah, minimize damage done through creation and mass production. That's like if I wanted to summarize the values that I'd like to have, I guess these 4 things are it. Like first, I want to make the stuff that's actually got some worth to it, that it can facilitate some fun, whether it's just some laughter. Sorry, I say just some laughter, like, but laughter is a good time, and or conversation, and yeah, affecting like, yeah, I know it sounds like maybe overly academic, but I genuinely think that's what I'm trying to do. It affect positive behavioral change, like affect, stimulate thoughts with something like seize the power, and then get people thinking about the world, and build empathy. Yeah, minimize damage done through the creation and mass production. And also when it's games have the ability to hurt. And, you can look at a lot of clicker games that a lot of games become Skinner boxes. And then when there's the envelopes, this is a constant question I'm always asking about legacy games. Like when it's paper, it's kind of different. And I think it's really cool what's being done with, playing My City in that system. But hello, Joanne. It's lovely to see you. I am basically just trying to go through my values and trying to work out after so yeah, trying to work out what I want to do with making games. So believe that games matter, and then products quality matters. Quality matters. Experimentation matters. For good and bad. Yeah, so like I want to make sure that I have some nice games that have sturdy boxes, thumb holes, linen finished cards. This is take time to get things right. Do for a blind testing. What do you mean by this one? Have things that can be printed out. Do you mean that I should? Because like I do have the print and play versions of the LDEC. Is that what you're kind of touching upon, like print and play games in that manner? But okay. I mean, you know what's actually yeah, accessibility. Let's talk about yeah, that says people deserve to play. Price accessibility. Give away. No, I don't. Yeah. Give massively reduced price copies to schools and other folk doing social good. of games that might help. Make videos. Yeah, like accessibility. Make a how to play video of each game. Joanne wonders if board games can be printed out. Can you use pennies and whatever from home? Is this to do with printing out, or are you talking about me giving massively reduced price copies of stuff to schools? Because if you mean massively reduced price copies of stuff to schools, that is true. Okay, giving it to schools, there are a few reasons for doing that. From a... Just a moment, I'm going to take a drink. From a point of view of I want to do something worthwhile with my life, I think that giving copies to schools means that I am doing something positive with my life. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've got some value, and I want people to be enjoying my games, and I guess that's also that's why I don't give them free stuff, because if you give away free stuff, then people don't do anything with it. And if I believed that there was someone who genuinely was like, oh, I really want this game, but I can't afford to it. So so free print and play is different from print and play. So on my website, for example, I've got a print and play version where with print and play on my website, you go there and the typeface of Comic Sans for the L deck costs £1, and the deluxe version is £5, because I feel like there's lots of value there, and so because of that, because of COVID, I've currently slashed everything in half price until the world returns to normal, and so for 50p you can get the game, and so it's not free. But if someone really wants it, if there is someone out there who generally, you know what, Bez, 50p, it's just I'm struggling, but this would help me. I'd be like, you know what, fine, here's a copy. But I would want to make that decision. I would want it to be on a trust basis, that people aren't going to, there's no DRMC. I want it to be something where people aren't just sharing it. Do I make educational games for kids? So in a Bind Junior, it was for kids from 4 to 8. And I said 4 to 8 on the box because I played it with my little relatives, let's call them, when they couldn't quite read, but you have to have an adult there with them. And so, yeah, I've got In a Bind Junior that was definitely suitable for them. And yeah, at this point, if someone wants that, or if someone wants Yogi, or then, yeah, if it's going into a school, or if it's someone who's saying, hey, I'm needing to preschool someone. If I find someone who's independent, it's hard to go to websites I don't know and trust to print it out from an unknown place. Know the website is safe. How do I deal with that? I guess I can't. Like, if you're not willing to put your credit card information into Big Cartel, then there's stretching time. got to do a little bit of jiggling and wiggling and wriggling. So yeah, if you're not ready to give your credit card information to Big Cartel or whatever, then I don't think I can help, because I don't want to give my stuff away for free, and my stuff does have... Okay. And I don't know where this should go, but yeah, people deserve to play. The games need to be in shops. Actually, make games easy to buy. And even though big other online retailers, IRL shops. And yeah, that's the best that I can do, because yeah, exactly, for sure. So just to let you know, Amazon is hard going. Amazon is annoying. Amazon, okay, let me rephrase that, because I don't want to be litigated or accused of slander or whatever. From my experience of dealing with Amazon as a seller and asking Chris to spend the better parts of half a year focusing on getting my stuff into Amazon to try and let me sell Yogi and Yogi Guru on Amazon, which I'm allowed to sell as much as I want, as long as I don't undercut, even though it's not being produced by me. Same as Dice and Ink, and I don't it's just not friendly to people. Like, I'm actually going to check on I'm going to take this screen down and look on Amazon to look up Dice and Ink, which should be there. Dice and Ink. Okay, so it is actually there. Yep, this is a game that I contributed to. How do I... Okay, so we look this site. Okay, so it says there for me. Let me actually look up Yogi to see what they made it so bloomin' difficult. And let's new. And yeah, they didn't let... I mean, what's up with this? 14 quid, that's more than RRP. This should be £12.50. That's not a discount. That's more than you would pay in a shop. Don't get it from Amazon. This is overpriced. And I would put Yogi on here myself if I could work out how, but because it's already on there, they make it difficult for me to put it on as well. Yep, I'm okay, £12.50, and it cannot be shipped to your... Why is that? It cannot be shipped to you. It just says it cannot be shipped to you. And they make it really difficult for anyone who doesn't do fulfilled by Amazon. And if you do fulfilled by Amazon, then my understanding is that then they're kind of taking a monthly cost off you. They charge you every month for the benefits of using their platform. Oh, see, like Yogi, it was on sale there. It wasn't that they were hiding it or anything. It was up there. Like, it was exactly what I just showed. And other people are selling it. But it's just that, why am I apparently... like at a certain point, it's not like we said that we're not selling it or anything. We just gave up. It's yeah, I know there's places like Leisure Games, and actually shouts out to the retailers. I'm going to say Leisure Games. Whoops. I'm going to Leisure Games. Oh, so that's obviously sold out, but let's see what happens if I look up Yogi. So there, you see Leisure Games, you can buy it for 10 quid or 11.50, but then they don't put it on Amazon because Amazon is such a pain in the posterior to deal with. And yeah, it's meant to be 12.50, but the and yeah, same with I wonder what happens if I search Bez. Oh cool, they've still got some Kissy Cataclysm. I wonder how many copies. Just curious. But then there's also the rules of play. And if we look up, let's search for Yogi. Let's see if they've got it. Yeah, again. So they've actually got it for more than RRP, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, the point is even retailers like Leisure Games are avoiding Amazon because Amazon is such a pain to deal with. And also, I know that Mike is also avoiding Amazon because Mike feels very uncomfortable with Amazon pushing out smaller retailers. And if yeah, that's the thing that okay, in Amazon on the US, Joanne can see. So you mean Yogi Guru? You mean is that the one you mean, like the orange one? So is that the one you're talking about? 18 quid sounds like $18. I don't know, sounds like a wee bit more. It feels like ultimately what I would like is for people to go to their local gaming shop. The yellow one? Do you mean the lime green one? Do you mean this one? Let me make it bigger. Do you mean this one? Okay, that one. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. So this is the original, just for those who aren't aware, this is the sequel. And making it accessible is a continual challenge. Making things accessible via sales channels, oh my god, just is such a headache. And someone like Iten Games is struggling with it. I mean, I'm actually curious now. I'm going to look up Oink to see what's going on with their games. Let's look up, let's see if I want to. What's that tomato game? Tomato. Is that the name of the game? Tomato. Okay, so tomato. If I look it up, do I get it? Okay, so yeah, it's there. Are all their games available? I mean, Oink Games have really got their stuff together. It's in Here Comes the Dog. It's in is more just based in Japanese. Like all of these things, parts of me making this set of values is because I don't want to have to deal with logistics, because I want to, over the course of the next year or so, get more people who are dealing with the logistics parts, dealing with the marketing parts, getting other people to deal with advertising, and there is a thing called Indie Boards and Indie Game Alliance, Indie USA, Indie Game Alliance, if I can find it very quickly. So I'm actually going to give a wee shout out to them and paste that in all the channels. So yeah, shout out to Indie Game Alliance. Now, Indie Game Alliance is a system whereby people get together, and then in theory people are demoing their games and getting exposure for your games, and then you're which one doesn't come up? Tomato. See, this is the thing, like, if even Oink Games can't get their stuff together, if even Gigamic, because Yogi isn't an indie game really at this point, but it's just a whole, like someone said, Amazon, it's not really a bookseller. What Amazon is, it's a logistics company. And there's a lot of truth in that. And it's difficult. They've made it very easy for consumers to say, okay, I'm going to get this, and their system of independent drivers who are driving things around different places. And yeah, so Indie Game Alliance, the program overview, you get all of these things, and this is US based. But then if I'm based in the UK and I want to ship 100 games or 144, whatever, like maybe there's 144 in a big carton, or maybe because I have very small games, or maybe there's 24 in a big carton, in which case I say, okay, maybe I send 48, that seems reasonable. And then they've got some games. Now, if I've sent too many, then either way, they're probably going to have to pay some sort of imports. I'm going to have to pay some hefty shipping costs, and this part of the logistics is a headache. And this is, yeah. And that's sad. Tomato is a great game from Oink Games. It's a game of quickly saying things. I think that would be a great game for children who are able to read out maybe 5, 6, 8 letters. I think it's literally to and ma and tomato. I think it's literally just, I think you only need to read 4 letters. So it's to and ma. Then you're kind of learning to speak. So you say to, ma, mato, to, mato, and you're kind of creating this tongue twister. It's not the best game. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, this will set your world alight. You have to get this, but it's a fun game. It's worth playing. It's good, and it's idiosyncratic. It's well made, and it deserves to be in more places. And libraries. That's so. Yeah. Give free copies to libraries and game cafes. Although game cafes aren't really increasing accessibility, are they? That's more of a marketing thing. So yeah, but yeah, definitely giving free copies to libraries who are willing to, who have some sorts of game thing. Anyway, I do have a personal, this has gone on already longer than usual. I'm going to go through this. So games matter, quality matters, blah, experimentation matters, blah. Games can change the world for good or bad. Yeah, think about what themes And so it's the actual, what are we doing? Are we lying to other people? Are we running around? Like, I'm not saying that lying in a game makes you a liar, but I do think that we need to be mindful of this. I'm just going to put Forex, colonialism, violence, yeah. And then there was something else that I wanted to say, but I can't think of it right there. So, yeah, get people to actually, yeah, have price accessibility, cheaper versions if selling over 10k per year. Print and play, cheap print and play options. These feel like subsets of that bit. Yeah. Make how to play video. Yeah, colors. Large type. Illustrations, diagrams. This is very much note form. This is just things that I need to be thinking about. Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of the best kids games, I would say that all of the best kids games are something that a playful adult should want to play. That's fairly expensive, but I can understand. Yeah. They are a Japanese company. They have a second office that they opened not too long ago in Germany. They're trying to now do more European stuff, but yeah. It's an interesting situation where they're now in most of the bigger UK conventions. They've been to UK Games Expo, yes, and Aircon, and even Tabletop Gaming Live. That was ridiculous. Anyway. So, and people matter. Show. I mean, this is an uncomfortable thing. Like, I'm going to say be anti-racist. I'm leave it at that, because should it be like seek out partners from marginalized groups? Yeah, I think that is a reasonable thing. Seek out partners from marginalized groups. Yeah. Cause yeah, representation games like that feels like it's there's duplication of this, but maybe that's okay for now. I'm going to actually send this to Dina and Matt and see what they think. Communicate privately if it's sensitive. Yeah, like if someone says something bad, I think that we should call them out on it, but maybe do it discreetly. Say, hey, I feel like this thing that you said is problematic, and you might want to rethink what you said, and let them make the judgment call on it. And if you're kind of fairly sure that it's problematic, tell them. But it's also listen. Yeah, listening. And be open to change. Yeah. And then in terms of curation of the world, it's, yeah. Games for 2 players. I mean, are you saying that I should make sure that there's games for every player count? Yeah, I can see that. I mean, there are solo games for the L deck. If you look at the L deck, there's literally, let me actually look up stuff by bez.com/ELL, and then it will redirect to, okay, so what's a nice word game for 1 player? Mickle. Why is Mickle not? Oh, Mickle is up here. So yeah, Mickle is a 1-player word game where you're. So here you could spell hope, HOPE, or reality, and yeah, here this could be bet, or yeah. And so you're kind of putting things, growing your lines, making your lines increasingly big. And so, yeah, that's Mickle. That's a game that's playable with, does it go that way? 1 player, and then there's a few others. Placeable and portable. Placeable is probably the easiest one, where in placeable, it needs a diagram. And again, this is what I have the energy for. And some of this is aspirational. It doesn't mean that I have a video for every single game that I ever think of. And it's not going to be, well, I do nothing or I do everything. But it does. This is a really good point. Okay, so someone asked me this a while back, and okay, I think I can do this without showing anything private. This is a private thing where you can see some of the things that I'm planning. But I do have an L game spreadsheet, which I made. So here, share. This one is deliberately public. So if you go here, let me know if it works for you. What I'm hoping is that you will be able to go and look at, okay, what's the minimum number of players? Okay, Mickle and puzzle, but like you could order it by that and say, okay, let's look at all the things that are playable with 1 player, and then you could look at, and then once you've found the ones that you want to play, then you look it up here. Oh yeah, Flippable isn't a great game though. I don't. Yeah. That's why I've not put a lot of efforts into it. Where is it? You can see I've given it 5 out of 10 on my rating scale. And yeah, I would stick to, yeah, there's like, okay, the nice thing about Flippable is also from here you can see, okay, what is it? It's place cards, match cards, flip cards, or lose. And it's an abstract game, it's not about words. Organizational, oh yeah, that was a good one from Jessica Eccles. Oh yeah. And there's free mill. I need to did I actually manage to write down the rules for that? Free mail. Oh, cool. Okay, hopefully that's understandable to people. But yeah, hopefully this sheet will sort of help you. And some of them, the ones at the bottom, Invisible and Biddable, oh yeah, they have just been added. Those are the latest. And the fact that I've given them 8 doesn't mean that they're not as good. It just means that there's still a little bit of time to go, and I'm working on that. So yeah, 10 basically means I have decided that this is one of the headline games, but you know, it's all arbitrary, and a 0 to 10 rating scale, or yeah, 3 to 10, as it happens here, is cool, great. Are you able to sort it by the minimum number of players? That's what I was wondering. Hopefully. So all of these games you just play with one deck. So all of these games you could play by paying me 50 pence. So literally, if you go to stuffbybez.bigcartel.com, you go to the print and play products, and you can either get the L deck low quality black and white Comic Sans, or the L deck high quality classic typeface, which is £2.50. And the high quality will give you the typeface that you see there. The low quality will give you a Comic Sans typeface. And all of those games are playable with just one deck. So that's the thing. In the USA, it's quite difficult to get these things. Look up Wibble++. See if you can find that on any store if you want a physical version. If you want a cheaper version, like that's the thing. Like that's why the whole L deck epitomizes my desire for price accessibility. Like I feel like, yeah, maybe I'm blowing my own horn, but like for the sake of 50 pence, you can do it. Now I realize that for lots of people, it's not about, okay, for lots of people, maybe they're like, yeah, I can afford to pay a bit more. I can afford to pay 20 quid to get a nice version. And yeah, I am really proud of this version where it has like 6 different rule sheets and 1 additional bit that just tells you all the bits of cards. And yeah, like that's the thing. Like the whole L deck, it's a community. And maybe I need to talk about my values for the L deck. Values for the L deck. Like, what is the L deck? The L deck is cheap if you want it to be. All of these things, what can it be? Like, it can be all of these things. Let me add this to the stream. What can the L deck be? Question mark. It can be cheap. It can be well made. Can be thoughtful. It can be fast. Should be easy to learn. And that's vids, diagrams, large text, pictures. Fast, simple games, thoughtful, slow games. Any player count. Words, games, other language, and non-words. And maybe I need to add more of the what could it be? What can it already be? So what could it be? What could it be? It could be, you know, word making for preschoolers. Alphabet recognition. And I guess this is kind of me trying to work out my aims over the next while. This is me trying to work out what matters to me. And no one said anything more. You know what? I'm actually going to make this public. And let me make it so that people can... I want people to be able to edit, share with people. Oh, come on. How do I make it so that people can edit? Anyone with the link can... Oh, here we go. No, comments. That's what I want. Not edit, comment. Yes, comments. I want people to be able to comment. Okay, so if anyone wants to comment on my things, then feel free to go through and comment and tell me this is messed up, or if you agree, that's also nice to know. But more pertinently, if you feel like something needs to be added, yeah, something needs to be clarified, yeah, let me know what you think. What could the L deck be? Yeah, let me know, and I'll probably post that to a few different locations now that I've made it public. So yeah, I am obviously someone who's ready to work in the light, but I do have a meeting in 20 minutes. This has gone on way longer than I intended, but it has been really, really useful. And thank you very much, Joanne, for coming along and asking these questions. It feels very, pertinent. And at this point, I am going to bring it to a close and wrap up. What have we been up to today? Today, I started off talking about whatever. I thought there might be someone joining us, but there wasn't. But yeah, I got told to ponder. Oh yeah, I got told to ponder my life choices. Yeah, I spent about 10 minutes pondering my life choices and thinking really carefully about what I'd done. And I realized that, what, I'm happy with a lot of stuff that I've done. And there's definitely minor things that, I could have done that better. But genuinely, I'm happy with my life so far. We're all a work in progress. No one's perfect. But then I was reinvigorated to write these values down. That was something that I was planning to do potentially anyway. We talked about recent highlights. We talked about mentorships, about plans for the future a wee bit. We talked about, what was the silly questions that was asked? Oh yeah, I talked about the Real Tuesday Vault, and let me actually play them as we come out. I love the rain. And so, yeah, we talked about the Real Tuesday Vault, and I talked about how I adore this song. It's just a delightful piece with so much joy in it. And so definitely check out the Real Tuesday Vault. And I've already commented on it, so I think and I just love the symbolism and the joy and everything on in their lyrics. Then I was asked to do a wee postcard. I drew this. And that is my postcard that I drew. Then What else? Then got back into writing my values. Yeah, of course, there was Joanne, there was everyone else earlier on helping. I really appreciate this. And so, yeah, that is pretty much the end of my stream. That is what I ended up with. And now I've got a Google document link that, hey, it's not done. This is just version 0.1, but hopefully people can continue giving me feedback. If you want to check me out, I am stuffbybeds.com, stuffbybeds.bigcartel.com, twitter.com/stuffbybeds, instagram.com/stuffbybeds, twitch.tv/stuffbybeds. I am streaming every day at 10 a.m. UK time, youtube.com/stuffbybeds for the old episodes in case you want to hear me talking to a particular designer. You can watch that, stuffbybeds.com/discord. And yeah, join that if you want to talk about cats, or join in the Game Jam. Game Jam is tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. UK time. Yes, that is the Game Jam, right on. And I need to change my stream elements bit. And just to fully make this fair use, I think that this is a wonderful, cover. It's a bit strange having the Eiffel Tower in the background when I don't understand what French Connection is. Is it meant to say that the Eiffel Tower is romantic? Like, it's meant to bring romantic, but this is a London-based band. London's plenty romantic enough. Why not use part of London? And so that is my review of their graphics, because I think I've got to do that if I'm showing other people's graphics. So, yes, thank you everyone. Joanne, Xate, Alex, Nicholas, Rob, everyone who's been here, everyone who's, and CD and Jolyn who came in and gave me the host. Thank you, Idol Michael, great streamers. Yeah, shouts out to everyone. Except some. But now we get to the final section where I ask, over to you, what are you up to? You can share anything you want to. So is there anything you want to share? Something you're going to try to do and work to achieve? Or whether it's something that you're just looking forward to and you think it will be fun? Whether it's exciting or boring? Nothing's too boring, nothing's too frivolous, nothing's too serious. Let us know right now what you are up to. Only if you want to share. You can share only if you want to. If you don't want to share, that's totally okay. What am I up to at 1 o'clock, which is in 12 minutes time? I'm going to have a conversation with someone. I'm going to maybe try to do a wee bit more. Will I have a bit more? Will I have a bit to eat? No, I won't have a bit to eat. I'll probably try and do a wee bit of Twitter catching up. Oh yeah, I saw that. I hope it went well. Sorry I didn't pop in, but this sounds amazing. And yeah, let me do a wee shout out in case other people are around. Joanne. See. Yeah. Check out. Last up to some special events. I didn't know that was a category. Cool. But yeah, that sounds fun. So I'm going to be chatting to Jason. I'm hoping to be playing games with family, maybe a wee bit more of My City. I'm loving My City. And you know what? I will say I got this given to me for free. It was a review copy. I've not yet played it all the way through. I'm actually going to check how expensive it is to buy My City board game. So it's £30-40 depending on where he gets it. I personally, from where I am, I'm only 1/3 of the way through the game. It's a campaign game, which means that it's a legacy game. I'm going to do a proper episode at this point, but I believe that I know there's just 2 people playing. I think it's, for me, it's definitely worth £25 what I've experienced so far. If the rest of the content is as good as the first third, then sure, I could see, yep, 40 quid, I could totally get behind that. Used to love doing abstract art just to relax. Oh, that's next week. It's nice to use background music from streamers such as Amadeus. That sounds awesome. So what's going to happen is Amadeus, are you going to have Amadeus's stream on your thing in like a little window? Do you see the little thing that's hidden? That's what's hidden earlier today. And I'm quite happy with how the blue kind of worked out on that wee card. And yeah, that's wee bits of art that's hidden on the stream. I might actually do more kinds of just draw more letter shapes. Oh, his Apart album, awesome. Nice. Yeah, that album's amazing, but it's so short. Will he just have that on repeat? Like, oh my god, that album is so good, but how long is it? It feels so short. Let me double check. Okay, I'm looking up. I'm turning on Spotify. I know this is so Amadeus, for those who don't know, and very shouts out who is playing now? I'm not on Twitch, so Amadeus Music, very good friend, has been on this show before. If you want to watch me chatting to Amadeus about the nature of music and background music and albums, then do that. There we go. The album is 1 hour 5 minutes. Wow, it just kind of goes so quickly apart. It's such a thing. Yeah, that sounds lovely. You know, like normally if it's in the middle of my stream, I don't like people to just randomly bring up things, but especially once we're wrapping up, it's like, okay, now we're finishing up. Let's share all the love. Let's kind of say, yeah, these are the brilliant people. And yeah, I really don't want it to be a place where people come on and say, hey, I'm going to go to this stream. But yeah, 100%. And yeah, I don't know if, let me actually, Amadeus, BBBB. There we go. So if you want to see more chat from Amadeus, and yep, this is out of date. I need to change this. It's happening tomorrow. There is a game jam happening tomorrow. I'm going to talk about this in just a moment. Because we're talking about Amadeus, I'm just going to share this YouTube vid that I've got of me chatting with Amadeus. But oh yeah, after this tonight, I'm going to find out the topics that Chris sent me. So I'm going to be doing a wee bit of preparation for this game jam. I'm so excited. What else am I going to do? I'm going to be making dinner tonight. I'm going to be making dinner for my family. I'm going to be making a veggie stew, maybe some red lentils, maybe some, pulses. I don't know. I'm probably some red lentils, let's be honest. Maybe some yellow lentils. I don't know. But split peas. I don't know. But for my next streams, look at stuffbybez.com/streams. It's all game jam for the next wee while. Tomorrow, kicking it off. The day after, just jamming away. Monday, with a couple of amazing people. Tuesday, with another couple of amazing people. In the evening, playing hopefully some of the games that we've just come up with. Wednesday, doing a bit more work on that. Thursday, 2 more amazing people doing work together. Next week, Friendly Friday Forum. That's what it'll be. Very much like this, very chaotic. I have no idea what I'll do any Friday. Fridays are always literally everyone can join me on stream. If I know you, if we've had a couple of chats before, if you've been to stream a couple of times, if I recognize your name and have an amount of trust, then just follow the link. And if you don't see the link, let me know and I'll repost it, and you can literally join me on video during the stream, so you can show off your own stuff or talk about how you're doing, or maybe it's just a wee bit easier for you to talk rather than having to type. Then next Saturday, not tomorrow, tomorrow we'll be starting, next Saturday we'll be wrapping it up, and I will start trying to play everything. And Friday, maybe people can come on and chat about how they've done, and like have all the people from the previous days who've been my special guests. But I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about people coming together to jam, to make things together, and I'm going to be trying to support things again. Oh, oh, lots of love. And I don't know, someone mentioned something really simple. Someone mentioned, oh my gosh, I've got a meeting in 5 minutes. Someone mentioned red lentils, tin of chopped tomatoes, onion. I try it. It's like just a simple lentil stew. Try it. I don't know. Maybe build up baby steps. Whatever's easier for you. Um, Share, spread the word. Yep, please do that if you think that this stream is something that you've enjoyed. If something other people might enjoy. If you think that other people are into game jamming, then let them know about this whole thing and let them know about my Discord. And please feel free to share the Discord link, which there we go. And so, yep, that is where all the game jamming is happening. And I am going to raid Erin Shea live, because Erin Shea is one of the most energetic, amazing musicians, along with their partner. I can't remember the name of their partner, but it's basically two people who are married and also both musicians. One plays the piano and sings, one plays the guitar and sometimes sings, and sometimes they even have a third person. But that is where we are going with the raid. If you want to raid, then I now have a big raid message. Feel free to copy paste some or all of that. And the only thing left to do today is to say bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Whoops, I didn't mean to do the exclamation mark. I meant to do a backslash. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye. Okay, I see they've got follower or subscriber only chat. That's not usual for Erin Shea. But they are awesome. It's worth following if you're not already and checking them out. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.